Good morning, it's Monday morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View Celtic FC channel, where we talk about everything Celtic. And the breaking news this morning, wait a minute, we've got something live coming through and we go straight to Glasgow, and as you can see there's black smoke coming out the chapel at Celtic Park, so there will be no new manager announcement this morning unfortunately, but there has been breaking news over the last 24 hours, the last 12 hours probably. And the first one that we'll go to is that Ajax have pulled out the race to sign Cudson from Bobo Glint, so that opens up the pathway for him to become the next Celtic manager. It has been suggested the Norwegian was top target for Ajax, but it believes they have changed tact in their search. The chances of Celtic appointing Bobo Glint manager Cudson as their next manager have been handed a massive boost, it's been suggested, as Ajax change from the Norwegian number one. With that being said, there has been other news that came out from the Dutch De Telegraaf paper yesterday evening, and it says that he will not be going to the Johan Cruyff Arena. The Ajax talks have seemingly broken down. Another one that has been mentioned last night, and it's not the one that you're all thinking of, which I think this one is a bit off the mark. Francesco Ferroli, the Italian, has seemingly held talks with Celtic over the weekend. Also, Celtic must have been really busy the weekend because they were also in Spain allegedly. There's nothing been confirmed as yet, but the 34-year-old Italian has been out of work since leaving the Turkish side. I can't see Celtic going for a 34-year-old manager. I think that's maybe just one of the papers just taking a little bit stab in the dark. It has been said that he did have talks with Celtic recently, but Celtic are continue to look at other options as they do their due diligence for their next boss. And talking about the next Celtic boss, it's been suggested that two of Celtic hierarchy, Michael Nicholson and the finance director Chris Mackay, flew to Spain at the weekend to speak to Brendan Rodgers at his holiday home on an island in Spain, just off the coast of Spain. The former Leicester boss has been the frontrunner since taking over Ange Postecoglou after he exited last week. However, there has been some doubts. The fact that they say that they were in Spain at the weekend, Rodgers does have the backing of Celtic Supremo Dermot Desmond, and he will consider a return to the club ahead of fresh discussions this week. That would keep John Kennedy at the club, as he liked working with Brendan also, and Gavin Strachan. So, the report suggests that Rodgers returning to Celtic would obviously keep the two. Would he come back to Celtic? He has spoke about it when he first went to Leicester. He said that Celtic were an incredible club, but like everything in life, it's just about timing. Whether I would be received back or not is a different story, said Brendan Rodgers at the time. But would I go back to Celtic? Absolutely, he said. And the other bit of news that I've seen this morning coming out of the Irish Times, Celtic are not willing to make a straightforward. They're not willing to lose Kennedy. Succession planning. We have to really talk about this actually, it's quite good. Succession planning has never been something a Celtic forte. We seem to never plan ahead for managers. You get a lot of clubs that they kind of know who their next manager will be, but Celtic just seem to just go from one manager to another without really planning. They kind of did plan when Neil Lennon was there, and then they wanted to bring in Ronnie Dyle as his number two, and then Ronnie Dyle ended up getting the job. But anyway, that was all in the past. With the Bobo Glint manager, he's 54, he's got the experience, he's done it in Europe, he's done it against Roma. I think he would be an excellent fit for the job, but could it be that Desmond has his way? And I think the fact that if Celtic were in Spain talking to Rodgers, there has to be some meat on the bone to the Brendan Rodgers story. So it does seem that I went from a manager's list of around about 16, which I think was always a bit excessive, down to a list of around about 4. So it looks as if Celtic are closing in on a manager, but as we see at the moment, there is no manager as yet. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get any breaking news. Make sure you hit the subscribe so that you do get a notification when the video does come out. If there is any more breaking news this afternoon, I will do an update video. But until then, have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
lit. Roll up to the party.